Y'all already know who it is, the one and only. It's me, the real Lucas B. And I got to thinking about something, because the Brooklyn Nets, the worst team in the NBA, cut Anthony Bennett last week, a former #1 overall pick. And then the Milwaukee Bucks beat my Miami Heat last night by 8 points. And I got to thinking, Giannis Antetokounmpo was drafted 14 picks after Anthony Bennett. What if the Cavs had taken the Greek Freak instead of the big bust that they got instead? So I did some research and I put together this video for you guys. So let's get right.
So after Cleveland takes the Greek Freak with the #1 overall pick, a lot more changes further down the line. The Wizards end up taking Anthony Bennett over Otto Porter. They're both trash, so it doesn't really change anything. And the Pistons take Otto Porter Jr. because he was ranked a lot higher than Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who they took in real life. The Celtics take Rudy Gobert just because they need a shot-blocking presence inside, and Kelly Olynyk isn't really that in his first 3-4 years in the NBA. And the Bucks take Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to fill the void that Giannis left in their team. Kelly Olynyk ends up falling all the way down to 19 for Cleveland. They get him as well. And at this point, there's nobody good left in the draft, and the Bulls can take pretty much whoever they want. Not a lot changes in the 2013-14 regular season because none of the rookies from last year had enough of coming into the league to make an immediate impact on any of their teams. However, in the 2014 NBA draft and free agency, since the Cavs drafted Giannis Antetokounmpo the year before and were bound to draft Andrew Wiggins in June, they don't get LeBron James back anymore because of their young core of 2 small forwards and Kyrie Irving, who are all much, much younger than LeBron. Since he doesn't want to come back to Cleveland anymore, LeBron ends up staying in Miami, and Kevin Love isn't traded to the Cavs. Instead, he's dealt to the Rockets for a package of Chandler Parsons and draft picks. This gives the Rockets a greater chance to win in the future, pairing up a big three of James Harden, Kevin Love, and Dwight Howard. The addition of Kevin Love to the Houston Rockets makes the Western Conference a lot tougher for teams to get through. The Western Conference Finals ends up going between Houston and Golden State, a series which Golden State wins in 7 games due to home court advantage in Game 7. They would go on to face LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh of Miami for the NBA championship, a series in which Miami would win in 5 games. That would give LeBron his 3rd title, all 3 in Miami. After that, we come to the 2015 NBA draft, a draft that might go down as one of the greatest classes in NBA history. And the first 2 picks don't change because the T-Wolves get even worse somehow, and the Lakers are still just as bad without Kobe. The Sixers stop being the Sixers and taking a center every year, in my version of this NBA alternate reality, and take Emmanuel Mudiay, a nice point guard to pair with Nerlens Noel and Joel Embiid. The Knicks still take Porzingis, and the Magic take Jahlil Okafor instead of Mario Hezonja because he's still available. The Kings also stop being the Kings and taking a center every year, even though they already have DeMarcus Cousins, and take Justice Winslow, who in my opinion might be the 2nd best player in this draft class. The Nuggets take Mario Hezonja because he was higher rated, and the Cavaliers, who only managed 31 wins without LeBron, take Willie Cauley-Stein, who originally went to the Kings. The 2015-16 NBA season sees the same teams at the top in Miami, Golden State, and Houston. Miami gets an easy road through the Eastern Conference, beating Cleveland in 6 games in the Eastern Conference Finals with their young core of Kyrie Irving, Andrew Wiggins, and the Greek Freak. Golden State beats Houston in the second round of the NBA playoffs this time in 6 games and moves on to play the Oklahoma City Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. The Oklahoma City Thunder get out to a 3-1 lead and end up choking and blowing 3 straight games to the Warriors. The Warriors move on to face Miami in the NBA Finals, who also gets a 3-1 lead. And they choke as well, and Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and the Golden State Warriors take home their first title in over 40 years. And then, on July 4th, 2016, the Golden State Warriors make a big splash in free agency and sign superstar small forward LeBron James. The NBA world goes crazy at this decision, as LeBron has already been known as a traitor from Cleveland, and everybody starts burning his jersey not only in Cleveland and Miami, and everywhere. The whole sports world goes into chaos. ESPN stops covering every other team, pigs start flying everywhere, hell freezes over, the Cubs win the World Series, and Trump bans heterosexual marriage as America goes down in flames, while Miami Heat fans blame the NBA Finals and LeBron's decision, Part 2 as it's dubbed, on Vladimir Putin and Russia, because it's always their fault.